Hi, my name is Nikia Wright. I am the owner and founder of Ujama. We have a new platform through our Adventure Learning program that will be launching very soon. And as a special gift to everyone out there, especially those parents who are working hard both to sustain for their families as well as uh, working with their children right now, I wanted to share a quick homeschool 101 boot camp for parents. Stay tuned. All right, so I have been an educator for more than a decade now, and my first education experience started out in 2007, I believe, when I was teaching hands-on science on a boat. From there, I realized the importance of hands-on learning and how engaging it was, specifically for students who had other types of learning needs. So I decided to go and study special education, and I received my master's back in 2013. And during that time, I began teaching in the classroom. So I've been a classroom teacher since 2007. I love project-based learning, and I found that my background in project-based learning helped me to become a really great special education teacher and thinking about how to individualize learning for our youth. So my specialties are project-based learning and individualized and small group education. These are two key components for homeschooling. So, in getting started, I just want to say, just do your best. That's all you can do. Every day, every moment, you just gotta think, am I doing my best? And if you're doing your best, that's all you can do. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a few tools and tips and techniques and strategies. Implement them how best you feel they're gonna work for you and your child. Okay, to start us off, I just want everyone to understand the importance of the routine. Now, I love routines. And when you're working with youth, routines will offer a very important structure, and that structure will reduce anxiety. And as your routines become more fluent and everyone it becomes used to the routines, then your child will be able to take on ownership over specific parts of the routines, and that allows them to take ownership over their education. So please, please remember that routines are important, and that is going to be our first lesson in Bootcamp 101, Parent Edition Homeschooling. All right, so it is important to have a few key components of your routines in order to have healthy and happy daily routines. Okay, the first one is predictability. So once you decide on a routine, and that can be something that you and your child or your family decide on together as far as what works for you, but once you decide on that routine, you want to keep that routine going. And it may sound monotonous at the beginning, but you will be very grateful, especially as your child becomes capable of taking on ownerships of different parts of the routines, so that it relieves a lot of the monotonous work on your end, and that work for them isn't monotonous, it's novel, and they're excited to do it. Okay, so the 4 steps to having healthy and happy daily routines are to make sure that they are predictable, as I said before. Also, you want to include frequent break, snack, movement, and breath time. So breaks to really take care of yourself and take care of your body, and modeling this so that your child and you remember that you have to take frequent breaks. We need to make sure that we're meditating, that we're breathing, that we're setting goals for ourselves. We need to make sure we're moving our body, getting exercise and letting that oxygen flow. And we need fuel. So taking frequent breaks, and that's something that will benefit both you and your child. Next, you want to make sure that there is a check-in at the beginning and the end of the day, of your work day. So this will help you in building just a relationship with yourself and with your child around learning and around teaching and just working together. So that check-in can be very quick. It's just how I'm feeling. It could include something to do with academics, or it could just include something that happened throughout the day. It doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be positive. And you don't have to offer a solution. It's just a time for you and your child and your family to connect. You want to make sure that you have art and creativity and music time as well. So make sure you involve that is included in your routine. Creativity and imagination is important to the learning process and to the healing process and for our self-regulation. And just you want to encourage that time. And the point of a routine, we're actually saying, here's what's important to us, and we're going to make sure that we put that time into our routine every day because it's important. Okay, and finally, we have our example of a daily schedule. So this is just one example. You, as I said, should work with your family to figure out what's going to be the best schedule for you. I like to split things up. Monday, Wednesday, have like science math days. Tuesday, Thursday, reading social studies day. Friday, project day. And then your day overview is morning check-in. You have your wake up, your movement time, breathing exercises. You got your academic activity. This could be some type of this is if it's math, maybe you're doing some rote math activities where you're having a flashcard game, and then they do some word problems. You can also have time if there's worksheets. There's timed math activities where students can practice their fluency, and so you have 1 minute and see how many questions you can answer, and then those are some activities that students can do each math session to build their foundational skills. Moving forward, you will have your movement activity. Remember, you need your breaks, your art and your music creativity time. You want to throw in another academic activity. So those that the 10 to 2 p.m. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. are the key times for learning. That's when your brain can really absorb the maximum amount. So we want to utilize that time and have it really jam-packed. So that's where we've got our 2 academic sessions. In that time, you get some movement in there to keep everything flowing, and then this is peak time for creativity as well. So after that second session, you want to take a break, have a longer movement session. This would be your PE time, a lunch break, after lunch, siesta time, have a story. It can be a recorded story. Many authors are now reading their children's books on YouTube, so you can read along with the author. How exciting is that? And then you get some time to rest as well. You don't have to facilitate this part. It could be a documentary, just a chill time, and then after that, move into your project afternoon time, and we'll talk more about that if you choose to do the boot camp, as well as a lot of these other activities and just the variety and range of activities, how to adapt them to your child's age and ability. And then finally, we want to end with a check-in. And again, just like at the beginning, you could be talking about a goal that you've accomplished, and that's one way to structure your check-ins at the beginning and end. What kind of goal do you have today, and then check in at the end. Did you achieve your goal? It could be an emotional, it could be an academic, it could be some type of regulational goal. Like I want to make sure that I complete all of my assignments in a certain amount of time, or however that works. And I encourage you to actually have work time when your child is also working, so that they see you working. Okay, here's my independent work time. I'm working on my assignment. Your independent work time, you're working on your assignment. For parents out there who are working hard to keep your family sustained and also keep them happy and entertained and engaged. So I have a full boot camp that's available for any parent who would like to learn a whole broad range of tools and techniques, as well as receive coaching for the next year, along with a virtual prep platform that is already pre-programmed with about 10 different projects for youth that are 11 years and up, and we will be adding more resources for younger grades as well. So that whole package that includes the group coaching calls, that's for a year. Weekly you get support via our Zoom calls, as well as lifetime access to our online curriculum that will include all the templates and tools and break down these activities, and just help you maximize your time with your child, and enjoying that time, as well as the 1 year subscription, and that's going to be for $200, and that includes the 6-week online curriculum along with everything else. So it's a great deal. This is a huge discount. Typically, just the online learning platform is more than that. So this is just, I really wanted to support families during this time. I understand it's a difficult time. So this is a great deal. It's going to be available. We should be starting in April with our online curriculum, and then the project-based learning platform will be released hopefully before by the end of April, and you will be able to start your group coaching calls in April as well. I really hope that you were able to gain some resources, some tools to help you through this time where we are all have the opportunity to spend quite a lot more time with our children. Just remember, this time is the time where you are getting to know your child as an educator. And during this time as a teacher, we call this the first 6 weeks. So spend this time just building relationships, talking about what's current right now. Talk about the coronavirus. What's the math around it? What's the science around it? In my online platform, there's actually projects so that students can make soap. And think about infectious diseases and do different experiments. So you can just start by reading an article together, and usually talking about the issue and just giving a name to it, and naming the problem and understanding the problem can reduce fear and anxiety. I know that it's easy sometimes to want to hide from the problem or avoid it, but actually this is a solvable problem if we maintain our safe distances from each other, if we stay inside, if we keep our hands washed, if we use caution, and understanding the science around that, and understanding that humans have survived other episodes of infectious diseases could really help you and your child relieve some of that anxiety. So I always choose knowledge and investigation, and look at it that way. And you'll be surprised at how much easier it is to address a problem, especially if you have the access to the resources to understand. Take care and be well, and I look forward to seeing you in our Homeschool 101 Parent Bootcamp. Thank you again.